Right? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, absolutely. Right. Doing be right. 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 Well, what would make today's call most valuable for you? Like, what would you really like to get out of today's call? Okay. Sure. Okay. Understood. Let's start with where to start. I uh-huh. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Um there's so much there's so much to go into. Um what you have I'm trying to see. Let me find you cuz I know you scheduled this session and then I was looking at the knee club piece, the knee club thing and I think I think that looked like it was declined, like it didn't go through. So I don't know if you're still in knee club or not. So let me look. Okay. Okay. So let me double check because I know it's confusing. I know it's overwhelming. I really get this. Like as I try to explain it, it is so clear in my head, but then when I try to convey it, it's like it gets jumbled because we got so many things to do and the pain hurts and then it moved. So it's like I really really want to help and I really want to figure out how to make it so like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Um there is knee club and then I started this new program it was 8 weeks ago, 2 months ago. I started doing a new program, which was kind of like an on ramp. I call it Quit Your Quack. It's a 6-week program, which is basically we meet twice a week in a group format on Facebook, and we go over things for 6 weeks. So you kind of get to get up to speed and ask all your questions, and we work out those things along the way. So let me find out where you're at with things. Well, right. Hold on. What? Because I've already thought of this. You get, when you sign up for this program, you get Knee Club for free during that period of time. Like, it's complimentary. It's included with that. And then if you want to continue with Knee Club, it picks up after that 6-week thing. So that's something to consider. Let me look here. Your email address. It is right here. Copy. Users. Okay, yeah. So how I've done it in Knee Club is you have the getting started guide. That would be like where you begin. If I talk to 1,000 clients, I'm going to tell about 900 of them to start doing that. From there, then that gets you on an on-ramp, and then on our calls, that's where I go, okay, what do you have going on with your knees? What's going on with the left knee? What's going on with the right knee? Here are the specific videos in the virtual knee pain clinic that you would work with for those. If it changes, then I would point you to, I think it's March 2nd, which is the very first Knee Club call I did. And that's going to give you like, the pain moved, the pain changed, it switched knees, it moved to my hips, it went to my back, and it kind of gives you a template to kind of go by that it's like what to do next or how to interpret these signs from your body. And then it's on the next call, meeting on the next call. So that would be like step 1, getting started guide. Step 2 would be listen to March 2nd of 2017. And then 3 would be to show up on the call. I think the next one's going to be Friday. Is that... Okay. Sure. So let's do this today. Let me give you stuff for your right knee, stuff for your left knee, to begin working with what you sent. You sent the quick background. You sent that to me. So dislocated the right kneecap. Nothing major. Dislocated again, several hours. Tore the medial patella femoral ligament. No surgery. Was the ligament fully or partially torn? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Because of the pain. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. And when you mean instability, is it, so you're walking downstairs, this is your right knee, you're leading with your left, is the right knee on the back step coming down that it's feeling unstable, or it's when you're stepping with the right knee forward? Okay. Okay. You're fine. And here's the interesting part. It's like, I like zeroing in on exactly what's going to help you. And I understand there's this huge emotional, mental component that we want to share all the things. But a lot of times the instability comes from the fact that the meniscus is not seated correctly. It's not a strength thing. It's a meniscus thing. Module 40 is going to be your go-to pain pattern interrupt to help with stability. The reason I say this is because if the instability is from strength, we're never going to get there because your knee's in pain. And you don't want to strengthen something that's in pain. Is that, are we good on that? Understood. One more thing. Modules 1 and modules 2 will also help the knee joint gain that stability. Hold on, let me... I know. Okay, modules 1 and modules 2, if you aren't understanding which way to go, like there isn't like a feeling as to which way to go, then go with, like you could physically, sometimes I could look down at my knee and push it forward and push it back, and I could see the joint moving one direction a little bit more than the other. You go with that one. Go with the one that moves easier. So it doesn't have to be a feeling. It doesn't have to be like comfort. It doesn't have to be, it feels better, less tight, less tender, less painful. It means it moves easier in that direction. So, modules 1, modules 2, modules 40 is going to get your knee joint stable. That's what we get the stability in there. And when the knee joint's stable, then it's like we could look at the next step. But we have to, it's like first things first, second things never. We never do the second thing. So right now, our highest leverage, like exercise, should not even be in your vocabulary right now. We got to get you out of pain. We got to get the knee joint stable. Is that fair? Okay. Breathe. This is all good. So modules 1, 2, and 40 for your right knee. Now, we're going to talk about the left knee. Meanwhile, 6 years ago, I started having trouble with my left knee, feeling very tight, and my kneecap occasionally almost locking. Painful coming downstairs, sometimes have to hop down. Obviously, when I recently damaged my right knee, worse at times I couldn't walk downstairs at all and had to sit on your bum. Okay. So, with your left knee, we're going to do the same. 1, 2, and 40, in addition to Module 8, which is going to be for the kneecap. And if kneecap feels weird to work with, you got to have the legs straight, and then all of a sudden you're moving your kneecap, and it's like, that kind of thing. Go small. Smaller the better. We're only talking about tiny nerves the width of an eyelash. And then when you move it in that position, just gentle compression down, and less is more. What I've found in my own experience with working with my knees, with coaching clients, is that it's like, I want to move the knee. I want to, it's big movements. And actually, when we're only looking at the nerve the width of an eyelash, we move smaller. And the smaller we move, the more profound. Like it's the most opposite of what you would ever think. And between now, Tuesday, and Friday, doing those, like, this is what you work on, watching March 2nd, I think you're going to be in a completely different place. That's what I'm believing, because if we're doing a bunch of things and we're doing the wrong things incorrectly, we'll never get there. We just have to zero in on the specific things that are going to make the biggest difference for you. And here's the cool part. You've been, and I'll be blunt, you've been screwing it up and you're still getting results. It's the beauty of it. It's like if we go to comfort, it works. And even if we do it wrong, it still works. And this, like, working with me is just like getting a laser focus on what are the things that are going to make the biggest move for your knees. Meniscus stretch. You're stabilizing the ankle and pushing on the inside or the outside of the knee. And what that does, it opens up the joint and the meniscus slides right back into place. When the meniscus gets squeezed, it's like two bricks in a piece of bubble gum, and it pushes it out the side. So it'll hurt. And what happens is when the meniscus is squeezed like that and you're trying to step, it's kind of wiggly because the bone isn't sitting solidly in the meniscus. So it's going to feel unstable, which is exactly what you were saying. Water, plenty of water. Excellent. Magnesium. For pain, like the pains that you're feeling, I would point you towards arnica. 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 Then keep it in your purse. Keep it with you, and because the arnica, it's tiny. It's and this is even bigger than an arnica. These tablets, it's small. So you're looking at my finger. It's very small in terms of to be able to carry it in your purse. And you take, there's, I think it's 3 or 4 little of these tablets underneath your tongue and let them dissolve. I have it on my website. If you go into the members dashboard, if you go scroll to the bottom, there's a supplement section. And it'll show you. And you could either order it online or you can go to your local health food store. Either way, you're going to get that... bruising, inflammation, pain. It got me through 15 years of judo. Like, and that was a lot of high impact stuff, bruising, black eyes, sprained ankles, the knee issue and all that. It's fantastic. And it's not a synthetic chemical. It's, yeah. Homeopathy is huge over in the UK. It's much bigger than it is here. Modules 9, 10, and 11. Yes. Right. Now, there is either you have to tinker with the heights of the pillows, meaning more or less, and that's going to give an idea of if a lot of the mistakes is made by not feeling what's comfortable. It's like Bill demonstrated it this way, I'm going to do it this way. But it's Bill demonstrating a position of comfort for you to try and work with to see. It could one day, like today, one pillow could be completely comfortable. Tomorrow, you need 3. I don't know what that's going to be. Okay, that we don't want to get against the grain. We want to go, the feeling of comfort, sometimes we're disconnected from our feelings. Like, I don't know, does that feel comfortable? It doesn't hurt. Right, and it's like, it's so strange because the brain goes and looks for comfort. So now I'm saying do something where you don't feel pain. And you're like, I don't know what that feels like. I've been in pain for so long. So now that's where you need to tinker with it, where you have it pillows underneath your hips and it feels like you're doing nothing. It feels like, Bill, I don't notice anything, which is great. If you don't notice anything, you're doing it right. And modules 9, 10, and 11, and you'll be able to find nooks and crannies, how you move the hips side to side, forward and back in circles, where you'll find the place where it hurts. And then you go opposite of that, or you go on either side of that. And what happens there is you begin to work out those places that are tight because we're continually looking for comfort, which is going opposite of pain. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. So module 22, which is going to be for the psoas, that's going to be in the Get Moving Again program. Or, Get Moving. No. Sorry. Forget that. It's in the Getting Started guide. The Getting Started guide is the module 22 for the lower back. It's the big muscle that pulls and makes the lower back hurt. It's like it's in the center of us, and it pulls forward and down on our lower back. So when you're sitting, it's kind of keeping you there. And then when we stand up, after we've been sitting for a long time, that muscle is short. So now we stand up, and then it hurts in the lower back, causes the pelvis and all that to bother you. Mm-hmm. That's what's tight in the front. The psoas is tight in the middle, and then we feel it in the back. So the conventional thinking is, well, the back muscles are weak, or the abdominal muscles are weak, so we got to strengthen those. When in actuality, it just makes the situation worse, which is what herniates discs in the back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just just to give you a perspective, I was 28 when I first injured my knee, 29 when I had my surgery. And now, at the age of 46, I have more flexibility and mobility and movement in my body than I did at 46 than I did when I was 20, 28, 29. It's just the whole idea that it's genetics or that it is hereditary or that's just what happens when you get older. I just don't buy it. I just don't believe that to be the case. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't do that in my 20s. Yeah. Yeah. So right now you have a good starting point with, I mean, it's actually quite a bit I gave you today, actually. But it gives you a good starting point. And what I would encourage you to do is look at what I gave you. Notice the changes. Does in the right knee, in the left knee, in the hips and lower back, where does the pain move to? Does it change? Do you get more flexibility and mobility? Does it go up into your neck and shoulders? Does it go down into your shins and calves or ankles and feet? All of these little subtle nuances is what I need for you to bring to the knee club calls. Uh-huh. Right. 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 So what we're doing is we're working this tension out of the body. In order for the knees to hurt, in order for the hips and the lower back to be tight and be uncomfortable, hip flexors be tight, the rest of the body has to hold tension a certain way. And in order for us, we can relax the tension locally in the hips and lower back. We could get rid of the pain in the knees. The rest of the body has to integrate it. It's all this interconnected web of muscles and bones and tendons and ligaments, everything. So when we begin to relax these tension patterns, create comfort in one area, the rest of the body has to go, whoa, I don't need to hold that way. So we're going to feel in other areas. And that's where the mindset comes in because people want to quit. Or the idea is, oh, I'm in pain in another spot. It was there all along. It was there all along. You just couldn't feel it because the hips and the lower back and the knees were screaming so loud. Yes, yes. 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 It's gone. You create so much space in your body, you're no longer in pain. We're getting mobility, we're stretching, we're getting exercise in there. So this is like big, big stuff. And that's where it's like, okay, knee club, every 2 weeks, everything I gave you can shift how you feel right now and be different in the next couple hours. So you could see if we shift all that today and now you have to wait 2 weeks before the next time we speak, a lot of things can happen, and that's where the mind gets into it again. So I'm trying to figure out that sweet spot between, people don't have time for one-on-one coaching or the budget for one-on-one coaching to work with me once a week. And it's like, well, what is that I can help more people? What is that format? How do I do that? What is the price point that everyone would go, I'd love to sign up for that. I'd love to sign up for that. So that's why I've been trying this Quit Your Quack, the 6-week program. And it's been doing good because I do a teaching on Monday. I do a Q&A on Thursday. And this way you get 2 inputs and you can type on Facebook and interact. And so anyways, those are... Understood. Okay. Well, it's there. I am here to help. I love helping. Um, so. Mm-hmm. Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We just got to break it down. You got to, and that's the difficult part. We got to separate ourselves from the pain. When we separate ourselves from the pain, then we're just dealing with the issue, and then we can get rid of it, and we can get the body moving the way it wants to. But when we have the pain in there, now we got to think clearly. But the pain is there, and we're trying to think clearly. And what do we do next? And the pain moved, so it just gets nuts. So, yes, there, nice. Okay, I have to scoot because I'm doing something at my daughter's school this morning. But I did a sneaky thing today, and the reason I'm going to explain why I did a sneaky thing was because if I asked you before I recorded you this call today, it would have been like, my knees feel different. So, so I recorded you, and I am happy. It would just be mine that I would use to study and help other people. But if you're okay with it, I am happy to put it up on YouTube for other people to see the stuckness that happens and how I work with clients to get them out of pain. Either way is fine with me. I will not violate anybody's privacy or what they feel comfortable with. I want you to know that. But I did that because every time, it's been 9 years, and every time I say, can I record you? And they're like, yes. And then all of a sudden there's all this, yeah. So if it's okay, and then what I'll do is I'll send you the link so you can see. It'll have all the homework and what I'm... But if you're okay with that, is that okay? Okay, perfect. I apologize I didn't say beforehand, but I hope you understand why. Cool. Okay. Well, you got a lot of homework. Friday, yes. I have some things that I just can't move on Thursday, so it'll be Friday this week, and then it'll go back to the normal Thursdays. Okay? I think you're going to have plenty. You work on that today, and we'll have plenty of questions. Pardon? Oh, good question. Minimum twice a day. More often if it hurts. Use it instead of anything that you would take for pain. Use the pain pattern interrupts. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to do this work. I enjoy it. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.